Good evening to all the people all across the world signing in to the Anshei Lubavitch live Kumzitz pre-Yomim Noraim. Let us all sing together, and don't forget also to donate to the Anshei Lubavitch campaign. Please sing along. Here we go. Tate bist du, Gora getreue, dein Liebschaft zu uns ist doch hele Scheie, und noch mehr von dem sagt der Heiliger Baal Shem, als jeder ist bei dir, Rabben Yovochi, gesessen seinen mir in einem Bava bei dein Tisch, verschickt seinen mir in Golus, ihn wisst nicht. Kommen mir deine Kinder lachbeten bei dir. Hoi Ovinu avorachmon rachem oleinu. Hai daim ben yochi being noch dir gewalt aten you. Hai will ich dir kai wie heilig, sie ist dann gejevel. Wieder lebt men noch einmal dich sehen. Yo, ich wei, wie sech is oh, wei, nei, nu, beschuv ich alle zieh, wenn wird schon unsere Goyen, und ohne sein Kiroi, bechol yoi, mach akeloi, mir werden goren yishmid. Bring uns Moschiach ben David. Und Tage bald will nitten kommen, in Beis Mikdash Cho. Jeden Shabbos und Rosh Chodesh lishtach vois lefone vevecho. Es wird sein, wenn ich gelo, Kvoid Hashem, alle Wellen dienen. Rachem oleveinu, hoi dein ben yochi being noch dir gewalt aten you. I will ich dir kai wie heilig, sie ist deine gegeben. Oi, wieder lebt men noch einmal dich sehen. Oi, wei, wie sech sehen, oh, hey, nei, nu, beschuv ich alle zieh, oi. Hai, wer wird so in unsere Goyen, und ohne sein Geroi. Bechol yoi mach akeloi, mir werden goren dich mit. Bring uns Moschiach ben David. Die Liebschaft wirst du nehmen jeden fahren Hand. Mit Nissimem zurückfinden in unser heilig Land. A ganzer Volk, groß und klein, keiner wird verloren gehen, oi zusammenkommen, wenn mir sagt, Brüderlein zu Wuschei. Mit Avas Achim in Jerusalem, mit Simche und mit Frei, und wissen, wer die Welt genau voy sein hoyd mi levado Chaim
Wow, Shkoyach Benny, thank you. Shkoyach Chani, Shkoyach Ari, thank you so much. Welcome everyone to tonight's show, our Kumzitz in preparation for Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. Anshei Lubavitch, we are here in Anshei Lubavitch live as we are doing a building campaign. Many months ago, the community realized that we are bursting through the seams of this shul and this community. So Baruch Hashem, we were able to expand to next door. I don't think the cameras can pan that way, but right over there. And Be'ezras Hashem, we are going to get this building. This building is not a building. A building is as good as its Hasidic shir. That is what this building is about. This community is not a building. It is a Hasidic shir. It is a Gamache shir. It is people coming, davening, learning, farbrengen, giving to each other, inspiring each other. And that is why we're doing this campaign, for everyone to be involved and help us reach our goal. And without further ado, I'd like to welcome back the great, one and only, Benny Friedman. L'chaim.
We need everyone to sing along. Keiliato ve'yoideko Eloika yaroi memeko Keiliato ve'yoideko Eloika yaroi memeko Keiliato ve'yoideko Eloika yaroi memeko Keiliato ve'yoideko Eloika yaroi memeko. Feel free to sing along. Keiliato ve'yoideko Eloika yaroi memeko Keiliato ve'yoideko Eloika yaroi memeko I keiliato ve'yoideko Eloika yaroi memeko Keiliato ve'yoideko Eloika yaroi memeko. We got Chani Maleki here on the keyboard. Oh yeah. And we got Ari Boyanju on the guitar. And we have all of you singing along. Ay, 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 keiliato ve'yoideko Eloika yaroi veyoideveko Elokai aroim mimeko. One more time, very strong, everybody sing Keili ato veyoideveko Elokai aroim mimeko Keili ato veyoideveko Elokai aroim mimeko. As long as we keep seeing those pledges coming in, you can also have song requests coming in. And if it's on our pre-screened list, we will definitely do it. Something like that. Sing along now. Oy dieshvu zikeini muzikein nois birechoy vois Yerushalayim. Oy dieshvu zikeini muzikein nois birechoy vois Yerushalayim. Ve'ish mishamtoi biyodoi meiroi v'yomim. Ve'ish mishamtoi biyodoi meiroi v'yomim. Ay 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 urikhoy voiso yirim avalu oy lodi veilodo voice misachakim yilodi veilodo voice misachakim birikhoy voice oy 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 urikhoy voice yimolu hilodi vilodo voice misachakim hilodi vilodo voice misachakim birikhoy voice. Yerushalayim. Oy oy dieshvu muzikeini muzikeinois birchoi vois Yerushalayim. Sing along now. Ve'ishmi shantoi ve'yodoi miroi v'yomim yurichoi v'oisoir yimolu yilodim ve'yilodos misachakim Yilodi ve'yilodo mischakim birchoi voiseveo yurichoi voisavir yimovalu yilodi ve'yilodo Hilodi ve'ilodo is mesachakim birchoi voiseveho. Please send in those pledges, those donations, and those song requests. We're here now, Yemei Asilichis. There's a fabulous shir that people have been sharing about the piyut that we say during Slichis, about Machnisei Rachamim, how it's acceptable, if it's acceptable, to ask Malachim to intercede on our behalf. Very, very fascinating. Look it up. If you haven't heard it, ask me and I'll send you a link. Usually here in shul, I would sing this song together with David Margolin, but he's absent at the moment, so I'll ask all of you to sing along with us. Here we go. Ashmiyei tefilo, Ashmiyu tefilo seveinu, Lifnei shoymei tefilo, Ashmiyei tzeoko, Ashmiyu tzako seveinu. Ifnei shoymei atziyoto Achnisei dimo Achnisu dimo Yiseveinu Ifnei melech nisratze binovois Hayayay ishtadelu ve'arvutechi yino Hayayay ve'arvutechi yino va'kovosho V'li yifnei melech Heil rom v'niyiso V'li melech Heil rom v'niyiso Yoy yoy Ishtadelu ve'arvutechi yino Hayayay ve'arvutechi yino va'kovosho V'yifnei melech
Oh, Yasher Koyach, Yasher Koyach. Thank you. We are reading it. We're getting in these pledges. We have Anonymous. We'd like to thank you, Anonymous. $180. Rabbi Silverberg, Uncle Shloima, the Solomon family, the Tenenbaum family, the Simpson family. What's more amazing than the quantity of money is the amount of donors. There are 625 donors. The whole Lubavitch is supporting this because they are passionate about Yidden, learning Torah, davening. And I want to introduce you to a friend of mine who I know from 6:30 in the morning until 7:15. And his name is Rabbi David Leib Hallen. He is our co-host for tonight. Let's give him a round of applause. One of the dedicated Ayin Beis Shir goers. He is up every morning, summer and winter. L'chaim, David Leib. Should we make a l'chaim?
Let's make a l'chaim. Zalmi, as you're pouring the l'chaim, you remind me of a story by the Rebbe Marash's youngest son, Rabbi Nachum Mendel Schneerson. It was all-night wedding, and at about 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning, a badchen came up to the Rebbe Marash. Why? Because the minhag was, if you said a good badchanis, a good joke, you got money. But it's 7 a.m. after all night, so the Rebbe Marash said, make it short, and short, and that's it. So he said, Rebbe, give geld. Rebbe, give money. So, Yidden, whatever speeches we have, whatever songs we have, don't forget the main thing, give geld. L'chaim.
L'chaim, l'chaim. David Leib, the mic is yours.
Thank you, Zalmi. This is actually not our first expansion in Anshei Lubavitch. We're at route number 3 or 4. The first one was the front was very narrow, and then you came to the back and it expanded, this big room we have here. Then the first expansion was we're able to go next door to keep the whole place wide as can be. Then having one level was not enough. We had to go either up or down. So we went down. We have a basement here. That's already number 2. Having a regular basement for a room, a recreation room for different activities, to have a studio to record shiurim and Hasidus, that's not enough. So we had to build a mikvah. We built a mikvah. we'll speak about that more at length a little later. And now we're at the third expansion. We're upstairs already, and but that's not enough already. That's already filled up. Every inch every time we expand, it's filled up instantaneously, and that's really what we're here about tonight, is to really double the space on all three levels, so we can really have enough room to do the Hasidic activities of Anshei Lubavitch. Now, just to speak in general, you could think that Anshei Lubavitch is a class shul because a lot of the people here are similar age. But really, that's becoming less and less, and Anshei Lubavitch is not a class shul, even if it started off that way. I remember about 4 years ago, I just moved to East Flatbush, not too far, but a couple-minute walk south of Crown Heights. And I was thinking, where am I going to daven? What's going to be? It's far out. There's no minyan. There's no shul really established yet. And I see they're doing construction here on Albany Avenue. I met Mendy Guppin. And I said, Mendy, I'm so excited you guys are here. And it's really, because it's not just a shul with a minyan. It's they had something called a block breaker, if you remember, where this is a good one, where you take the block and it's one way and it's not full of Yiddishkeit, and you completely turn it over. It's hapcha, and you do a 180-degree turn from what it was, and you have 100% Yiddishkeit, Torah, mitzvahs, gemilas chasadim. I'd like to call up now at this point our dear, someone who you just met, Benny Friedman, our one and only, and one of the members of the board, Yitzel Blooming. Please come up. Benny, let's make some room.
Oh, yeah.
Earlier on, you had more room. Now it's
I'm not used to this.
getting cozy here. Benny, I remember sitting here in Anshei, and you said something about this is the shul. I'm not going to say it the way you said it. This shul, I'm happy to finally have a place that I can call my shul. I think you said those words.
I don't remember. My memory is pretty terrible. It could be, because I do feel mamish like every younger man needs a shul that they can call their own, and that wherever they are in the world, they know that they have a shul somewhere waiting for them. And if you find yourself in another shul, it's nice, and it's good to visit, but it's not my shul. I have a shul. You find yourself in another minyan with a different chevre, it's nice, it's important, it's good, but I have my core chevre back at home. I think it's very, very important. It grounds you, it puts you 2 feet on the ground, and yes, I do believe so.
Amazing. That point is so powerful, just to think. Some people don't even have that thought. I need my shul. Yitzel, where are we holding with growth? How many families did we start with before this location, and while we're here?
So it's actually like really amazing to think about. I remember one of the first locations, we were sitting Matzah Shabbos Slichas. We didn't have necessarily direction, just at a kollel. And we started a little farbringen, and it wasn't going. And suddenly, like 12 pies of pizza get delivered. And someone makes an off-the-cuff remark, and he says, this year it's going to be l'shmea l'arina vela pizza. That's where we were holding. But fast forward, it's amazing how, with the years, with the new locations, obviously there's a very pivotal moment when we added a center, a leader to our shul. It says that they didn't go out of Mitzrayim only to add on Gadim, right? Wherever we go, it's not about us. It's about the broader community. It's about the area, especially here. It's really about expanding the boundaries of Crown Heights and adding on. Everyone's welcome here. Everyone feels welcome here, and everyone should feel welcome here, because this is really the epitome of a welcoming place where everyone comes and is accepted for their way of growing and their way of livening up everyone else.
Just to get a little personal, because it's just us over here.
Just us.
Just us. What activities in shul do you get feedback from your family or your closer friends in Anshei?
I think one of the biggest things was probably an impromptu shoe sale, like a week before Pesach. Everyone just showed up, and for hours on end, the whole community came, walked through the doors, and got whatever they needed for their family. Also, getting a phone call from a friend at 8 o'clock in the morning, where were you 6:30, is a pretty powerful thing. And those are just some of the strong foundations.
Can you describe a little bit more the shoe sale, the impromptu shoe sale? What does that mean?
Apparently, our dear one of our dear.
Where does it come from? Sorry to interrupt. Where does it come from? Like, this is a shul. Is it a shul or is it a community? Is it?
Very good point. Very good point. I think that really highlights that it's a shul because that's where a yid should gather, and that's where we come together. But from there, it's a whole community. It's much more than just the daily thing. That's very important, but it's much more than that. And when we have a chance to help each other and help everyone around us, we're all here, and it starts up just like that.
Awesome. Benny.
Yeah.
Your favorite, the feedback and favorite activities in shul.
Oy.
And Anshei, I should say.
A lot of great positive feedback I hear from the occasional Malava Malka that we have, hosted by the great Rabbi Moshe. I hear fantastic feedback. It's always beautiful and wonderful, and the warmth and camaraderie and delicious food and good music. Ari Boy and Jew.
Woo!
It's just, we get great feedback from that. It's a very, very beautiful thing. It's very important, I think, that communities should get together for Malava Malka, that's for sure.
But that's all about the grown-ups. What about the kids? Kids have ever mentioned anything to you? Give you any feedback?
Big shout out to Mendel Engel for Shabbos Mevorchim Tehillim with hot chocolate and tickets for pizza and soda for all the kids who come. Kids are very excited about it. It gives them an extra chayas to come to shul early and on time. And it's like a very beautiful bus.
There really is. It's funny. Speaking about the kids, we were here slichas. It was 1:15, and I hear some noise, some laughing. I look around, and I see there's about 2 6-year-olds riding like little tricycles all around the room. And that's when I realized that there's a lot of programs. There's a lot of events, right? But under it all, there's a core mission, like the rabbi put it so beautifully. It's to raise Hasidic kids. The fact that there's little children playing here at 1 a.m. on Slichas is a feature. It's not a bug. And at any point, there's children. I may be uncomfortable to bring my father here at some point during the noise, but really, I think that this idea of having children as part and parcel of the fabric of every davening, of every farbrengen, of every event, is really what makes this place so special.
And how often do you see under the stender when the rabbi is giving a speech, you find 2 or 3 kids playing right under the stender during the speech? Happened more than 2-3 times, huh?
Listen, that means you hear about a speech. Benny, take it away.
Oppa. You want to stay here and sing with me?
I'll take a rain check.
Oh.
Okay. All right. Am I done?
Hoy sevecho betzadekho amu sevecho ay 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 tu mukdashodoy al kol masecho ki makdishecho I know Elikodois. Ay, ay, ay. B'yein mikdoishim. Oh, yo, yo, yo. Tu gidashotoi. Alikol masecho. Ki magdishecho. B'gdushot tzchoki hidashto. No Elikodois. We know Elikodois. Ay, 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 All right, at this time, we once again remind you, please send in your donations. You heard a little bit about how wonderful and beautiful the shul is, and just how more wonderful and more beautiful it will get when we have the space to expand. And also, send in your song requests. If someone has a request, we're accepting it right now. C minor, Ayid. My friends, in times like these, it's hard to see past the insanity in a reality so uncertain and unknown. Life as we knew it forever changed, and there's no peace of mind to be found. Who can even make sense of tomorrow when our dreams keep crashing to the ground? And yet, as we rise to greet another day, and the sun is still bright up in the sky, always a reason to hope for better times, though it seems like the answer's worlds away. We've got enough, just enough to keep us going, holding on to unbroken simple faith. Please sing along with us. 'Cause the Yid never breaks and the Yid never bends and the Yid never gives up in the night. The Yid perseveres through the deepest despairs. His emunah strength, it's here for the fight. And the Yid understands that Hashem has a plan, and that's all it takes to make it through. State loves him, that's what a Yid holds on to. Went dark, crowds dispersed on the streets that were once filled with life, but a brilliant light emerged from deep inside our hearts. Shuls were shuttered and still, but our prayers rang through our homes. Instead of looking out for inspiration, we dug deep and found strength we'd never known. And one more time, we will rise to greet another day, where every moment's more precious than ever, and life's sweetest little joys, they are the treasure. 'Cause when it seems like the answer's worlds away, oh, we've got enough, more than enough to keep us going. We're holding on to unbroken, simple faith. 'Cause the it never breaks, and the it never bends, and the it never gives up in the night. Oh, it perseveres through the deepest despairs. Oh, and the it understands that Hashem has a plan. His tate loves him, that's what it holds on to. 'Cause the it never breaks, and the it never bends, and the it never.
Up in the night, it perseveres through the deepest despairs. His emunah strengthens him for the fight, and it understands that Hashem has a plan, and that's all it takes to make it through. His tate loves him, that's what it holds on to.
'Cause the it never breaks, and the it never bends, and the it never gives up in the night. It perseveres through the deepest despairs. His emunah strengthens him for the fight, and the it understands that Hashem has a plan, and that's all it takes to make it through. What key do you sing it in? What key? B minor? F minor, that's what it is. Okay, one more time. Take it away from the chorus. 1, 2, 3, hey.
The it never breaks, and the it never bends, and the it never gives up in the night. It perseveres through the deepest despairs. His emunah strengthens him for the fight. Understands that Hashem has a plan, and that's all it takes to make it through. His tate loves him, that's what it holds on to.
One more time.
And a it never breaks, and a it never bends, and a it never gives up in the night. A it perseveres through the deepest despairs. His emunah strengthens him for the fight. And Hashem has a plan, and that's all it takes to make it through. His tate loves him, that's what it holds on to. It's time to lose him. That's what it holds on to.
Wow, is he a Friedman? Is he related to you, Benny? Is he related to you?
Oh, that's my nephew.
Oh, wow. Benny, I have some interesting news for you. Come here, stay here. You have a very special friend, Josh
Yes.
and Ilana
Yes.
Kahana, all
Kahane.
the way from Memphis, Tennessee,
Oh, yeah.
are enjoying the music so much. Now, I'm not sure if they were enjoying you or if they were enjoying Mr. Blooming Jr. or Mr. Friedman Jr. Who was it?
If I had to guess, it's probably not me.
It was the kids.
Oh, yeah.
Kids, you guys did an amazing job. On a serious note, Benny, they just donated $25,000 to this campaign. Yasher Koyach.
A tote. Thank you. Thank you very much.
In the beginning days of this shul, it was a bunch of younger light going to shul and davening. And the wives were not so active. And then a preschool opened, and Baruch Hashem, we became not just a men's shul, but a full-on community that has an engaged women's programming, Rosh Chodesh events, Shabbatons exclusively for the women's. And so without further ado, David Leib, come and tell us a little bit more about this area.
Thank you, Zalmi. Thank you, Zalmi. Thank you, Benny. I just wanted to point out one thing. The same way the kids just got up so naturally to sing, that's how it was with Benny also. We said, Benny, we're doing this. You're coming up, right? Of course. I'll clear out my schedule. No problem. Shul's first. Anshei first. I'd like to call up a parent who has a child in a preschool. I myself had my son in the preschool. Now he's moved on he's older now, but I'd like to call up Rabbi Schneier, a parent of a child in Anshei preschool.
Thank you.
It's so nice to have you up here.
It's my pleasure. It's a real schus to be part of the Anshei family. When I first enrolled my son here, I had no idea about this family, but I've got to learn about it very, very quickly. So my son was born about three and a half years ago, and as we know, over 2.5 years ago, COVID hit, so he didn't have to go to preschool. Everyone was home, everyone stayed home, and he just grew up in the house. He was the first one of my kids. And then it came time to choose a preschool, and we knew that he had to get out. And this is the kid who just for 2.5 years was just running around with his mama all day. Who would be able to replace his mother? And we were very nervous about choosing a school, and we looked here and we looked there. And then it was mid-year, and there was a spot that opened at Anshei. And it was love at first sight. This was just a very warm, welcoming environment. And I have to say that, speaking to the rabbi before, I don't even remember what the tuition is because it was never, ever about the money. The entire atmosphere was like, what could you do? And we'll take you. You're part of our family. If you want to send your kid here, you're just part of the mishpacha. And you really felt this throughout the year. His teacher went on maternity leave, and she made a bris. I took my son to the bris, and half the class was there Friday afternoon at the bris for the preschool teacher's son's bris. That's how close the families are here. And I feel wonderful to be part of this amazing community.
I agree. I definitely had the same feeling, and I think I was also at the same bris, and it's definitely a family.
At the end of the year, there's every preschool has graduation, and our little 3-year-olds get up and they get their diploma. But here at Anshei, I saw something unique that you don't see anywhere else, and that is that the Rabbi Gorelick, is at the graduation handing out the diplomas. I mean, this is something that my son will remember forever. That here they take chinuch seriously, and this is throughout. What they learn, the wholesomeness, the emotional care that they give to every single child, the Hasidic, everything is on a real serious oifen, but you still feel Hamish, that this is not a rigid place, chas v'shalom. It's quite the opposite. It's like a real mishpacha. The first Friday, my wife tells me, dismissals at 12:05, you got to be there, make sure, that you pick him up exactly on time. I'm running. I come into this room exactly, and my son is sitting right there eating his lunch. Now, I don't know where you have this. A Friday afternoon, before you go home, you get lunch. But that's besides the point. But he's in the middle of his lunch, and the teacher's like, take a seat. Let him finish his lunch. I'm like, what do you mean? Isn't it over? Don't you have to go home? No. Let him finish his lunch. And this is really the atmosphere at the Anshei Lubavitch Preschool. And I'm so grateful to have been welcomed into this community. And I really want to tell everybody that this is something worth investing in. This is something that our community needs. We need to expand. And my wife and I, we were talking earlier this afternoon, and we decided that we're going to take our donation that we gave earlier, and we're going to double it, not by 1 time, not by 2 times, but by 10 times. And because we are so grateful to this community, and I encourage everybody to take part in this amazing family and amazing shul. And I just wish only brachas to everybody here, and a Ksiv Simtev and a Goka bench jar.
Thank you very much, Rabbi Schneer. I'd like to call up. Moving on to after the children are in preschool, they move up. They move on and they get older. I'd like to call up a parent, Rabbi Menachem Light, to speak about the kids programs that go on here at Anshei Lubavitch.
Thanks for calling me up. Hear me? Yes?
Loud and clear.
We're good. Yeah, so similar to the first guest, so originally, like, I'm not part of the class, and I know originally it's the class shul, and moving to this, I call it the south side of Crown Heights, you're always like, wow, it's not the Crown Heights I know. I brought up President and New York, and this is like total different area. Here, everyone's caring and stuff. No, so total different area, and it was like the nicest thing to have Anshei Lubavitch. Originally I was part of a different class shul, came here, and one of the best parts of it was my kids, going to the kids program. They loved it. It's not like a one-size-fits-all kids program. There's like different ages. It's like full stack, best in class kids program. They have for different ages, and they have an agenda. They have material for the few hours. It's from like 10 a.m. to 12:30, I think. So I get to daven Chassidus, daven some more after that, maybe a little Tehillim and Chitas. That's how long this thing goes on for. And not just that, the kids love it so much that we started going Sunday as well to the Kailal. There's also a kids program. I think it starts like 9:30. So, and that's great. So I get to daven again on Sundays. So Shabbos and Sundays is good days for me to daven. And I get Tehillim and the Chitas again. And then next week again, Shabbos Sundays, my Chitas days. So an incredible program. The Moras do an amazing job. My kids love it here. And I'm so lucky to be living on the south side. And I tell anyone that whoever has not, witnessed this or participated in it, they should come here, try it out once, because once you're here, there's no going back. Once you're part of it.
There is no going back.
That's right.
Anshei Lubavitch. Once
That's
you're
right.
here, your family.
That's right.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We'd like to call up our very own Benny Friedman. And, of course, can't forget Chani.
L'chaim. Thank you once again, Mr. and Mrs. Kahane. Very much appreciated. Thank you very much. One of the most dynamic things about this shul is that the people here live this concept of lechatchila riber. That's for sure. Concept of lechatchila riber here is like bepashtus, and that goes for renting a bigger space. That goes for building a mikveh that was basically impossible when the idea came up. That goes for starting a Rambam shir in the middle of the day. That goes for many, many things, and of course culminating with buying this beautiful building next door that we are accomplishing now as we speak. So please sing along with us this beautiful nigun called Chatchila Riber. La rama mama ma ya ma la ram ta la rama mama mo ya mama ma la ram ya mama Ya mama mama ya mama ilaram ya ilaram mama mo ya mama Koyach, Yashir Koyach. Don't bother with late.
Not exactly the end, but starting to think about tomorrow already. You know, it's that time of day. And the beginning of the day over here starts over the text from Rabbi Garelik. Chevre, mikveh, coffee, chassidus, shachars. It wasn't always this way. In the past, it was just chevre, chassidus, and shachars. Then it evolved to chevre, coffee, chassidus, shachars. Then it evolved to chevre, mikveh, coffee, chassidus, shachars. So the beginning of the day starts basically with chassidus. I like to call up a dear friend, someone I met here in Anshei, Pesach Alpert from East Meadow, Long Island, who's now one of the chevre, Anshei Lubavitch. Come on, Pesach, get up here. Get close, get close. Pesach, talk to me, I am Bays.
Just a moment.
What does it mean to you? What does it mean for us? What does it do for us?
Well, it's nice to see you, David. Nice to see you, David Leib.
Nice to see
Thank you
you
for having me.
You're welcome.
What does iron base mean to me? Is that the question?
Pesach,
this year.
people want to hear Chachmas Tima, the real deal. Let's go.
Chachmas Tima you will not get from me, but you will get what Hasidic shir in the morning does for me and for my family as well. Let's start in a very general approach. I have a Seder in the morning. It gets me out of bed at 6:15, ideally. To say that I'm there on time every day would be a total lie. But I know that no matter
It's
what,
just between friends. over
Exactly,
here, so
exactly.
It's okay.
By 6:30 in the morning, I know that there is a group of people here, led by our great Rav, that I am in a way held accountable for. Not that they're keeping track of me, but they're expecting me to be there at a certain time. And if I'm not there on time, why am I not there? Why am I not keeping up with my Seder?
Yeah, but that's all like tough stuff. We know. We
I-
get tough love from Rabbi Gerlich. But what about the Hasidus?
The Hasidus. So I come in 6:30 in the morning. Thank God, I'm a family man, full-time jobs like many of us here, many people in our same contemporary, similar demographics, similar schedule. And to start my day at 6:30 in the morning with Hasidus,
Is it hard or easy?
it's challenging. It's
Challenging but rewarding.
100% rewarding. I'll tell you, what does the Ayin Base do for me? Ayin Base is not a simple sefer. In terms of, as far as Hasidus goes, it's very technical, a lot of lofty concepts that I thought, given my background, I might not be able to approach. It might not even be shaykh for me to sit down with a bunch of chevra, with a Rav, with a sefer from the Rebbe Rashab at 6:30 in the morning, and tackle these challenging concepts in Chassidus. From this shir, I'm breaking my head with my chevra, with a bunch of guys, with the Rav, 6:30, 6:45 in the morning, really koching in this Chassidus. We're not sharing, we're not here listening. It is give and take. It is a real. It's
koching.
It's koching.
Koching is Yiddish word for cooking.
Exactly.
How does that go into the day? How does that seep into the day, to the family, to the home?
David Leib, in the morning you put your glasses on. You see the world through your glasses. You see the world through David Leib's eyes. I see the world through Pesach Alpert's eyes. The moment I leave shir in the morning, after full davening, I hit the streets. I am ready. After preparing with this Hasidic shir, with my chevra, with people who care about me, it's like we're warriors together in battle, ready to take on the darkness. I leave shul in the morning, 7:15, come back, daven, 8:15 I leave, and I'm ready to conquer the world like a chassid.
Amazing. Pesach, there's so much more to speak about. Actually, we don't have time here to speak about the Ayin Beis longer, even though I really, really want to speak about it more. But we do, thank God, have, Baruch Hashem, we have our Anshei Lubavitch YouTube channel.
It's true.
So for further information on the Ayin Beis, you can just search YouTube Anshei Lubavitch Chassidus.
Can
I
we do a
mention one thing
plug
about
for the
the
Chassidus shir
videos?
tomorrow, 6:30?
Everyone who's watching this is invited. Anshei Lubavitch, 578 Albany Avenue, 6:30 a.m. Chevra Mikvah Coffee Chassidus Shachris.
I'm coming.
It will change your life. Mamish, life-changing.
Thank you, Pesach. Give it up for Pesach. The Hasidic shir it's definitely the beginning of the day, but it's not, it's before the beginning of the day, so to speak. We wake up extra early. What about the start of the day? After davening, 9 a.m., when everyone's in the office, we're in Anshei Lubavitch, we're in the office. We're in the office together with learning Rambam. We'd like to call up someone to speak about the Rambam shir, none other than our very own Levi Kolarski, our Maggid shir, and Mendy Prus, one of the consistent members of the shir. Welcome, Levi.
Welcome. I don't have sound. Welcome.
Levi, what got you started in this Rambam shir in this crazy time? 9 a.m., everyone's in the office, everyone's at work, and you're sitting here, you're preparing from the night before, early in the morning. I see you're preparing the Rambam shir with the Rebbe's, Pirushim on the Rambam shir. What's driving you? What are you looking to get out of it?
So I'll tell you how it actually started. It actually started with the campaign. When we had the first...
Wait, the campaign is now, Levi. What do you mean the campaign? We're doing the Rambam shir for months and months. What do you mean the campaign got you started on the Rambam shir months ago?
So the first time the rabbi called a meeting about buying the shul, and he said everybody has to get involved with whatever they could. So I went over to the rabbi and I said, I could, and he was talking about how the shul's about learning Torah and everything. So I said, I could get involved with making a shir. He said, what would you do? I'm like, give me a week or two to think about it. A week or two later was the siyum. We had a very big siyum in Mendel Rogatsky's house. And by the siyum, about 2 o'clock in the morning, we're sitting down with a few of the members that are leading the building campaign. And we're talking, we said, we should really start a Rambam shir. So, great, that's a great idea. When should we start it? So someone says 9:15 in the morning. I'm like, yeah, maybe at night. It's a little bit easier. Like, no, that's when we're fresh, we're ready. Let's go do it then. So I thought it was going to be some type of shir that we're just like, Yetzazayin. Let's go as quick as possible. Very quickly I learned that no, everybody in the shir they're coming, they're giving up their time from work. They want to come, they want to understand what they're learning. Kiddush HaChedesh shirim were a few hours long. Yibam V'chalitza, which is Yevamis, was a few hours long. They're here to understand. We're doing this correctly. It's something that's special about this shul. When we do something, it's correct. We want to know it.
Levi, thank you. So I understand why you're here. You know, you're involved in Kodesh 24/7. You know, and so for you, it's not a major shift to change from working in the office in 770 to working in Anshei Lubavitch. It's basically an extension of 770 at this point. But Mendy Prus, what brings you here? The Rambam Shir 9:15 to 10:15, 11:15 sometimes, 11:40, 11:45. Sometimes the Shir goes on. What are you doing here?
So first of all, what's bring me in? It's the Rebbe request us to learn Rambam, and Rabbi Garelik give me the opportunity to actually take this Rebbe request and to put it to true. And we coming here every morning. We're trying to make it at 9:15, and it's not like Rabbi Levi said. It's not just going through the book. We're sitting and learning, and Rabbi Kotlarski actually explaining and taking his time, making sure each one of our members within the class understanding every topic, and we ending up the shiur like, wow, we actually know what's that. By Kiddush HaChodesh, took us very few hours, and we end up with all those, and each one of us got some knowledge of that things. And now we're learning about Tzedakah, about this campaigning. This was our own today's year.
Wow, Mendy, that's very inspiring, because you're saying it like Benny said before, that the Chatchila Rebbe in this shul is bepashtus, that we do things exactly the way the Rebbe wanted it. And that's normal for us. You know, there's so many, I think there's a lot of people out there watching and saying, I know the Rebbe said I should learn Rambam, I learn it properly, but I have to be at work at 9 o'clock. So how do I do it? But if there's a will, there's a way. I think that's what we're going to say.
Yep.
Thank you, Rambam Chevra. Thanks for coming up here.
Thank you.
And I'll see you
Thank
tomorrow
you,
at 9:15. Give them a round of applause. The Rambam Shur. Come on. Without further ado, for this one I'm going to stand up. Without further ado, dear friends, I want to call up someone very special to the hearts of everyone in Anshei Lubavitch. Why do I say the heart? We know Rashi tells us that the Melech is the heart of the nation. I'm not going to say the Melech, but our hearts, you know. We're talking about the force that's keeping together the entire Anshei Lubavitch. And of course, the Rebbe is the Rebbe, there's no question about it, but the Rebbe said every single person, every single chassid needs to have a mashpia. A leader, someone who's going to show him the way, someone who's older, someone who's been through it a little bit, been through the trenches, and he's seen what's out there, and he's going to be able to show you to help clear up your path in life a little bit. Without further ado, I'd like to call up our one and only, our dear and amazing Rabbi Yossi Garelik. But he will not come alone. Rabbi Garelik is never alone. Whenever he does something, he brings others with him. With Rabbi Garelik, we'd like to call up our very own Beryl Majeski and Shmulik Rosenstein. You know, the titles, you know, even though they're not so important, but in Lubavitch, but of course we would like to acknowledge, we would not be able to have our shul running properly without our Gabbai Reb Shmuel. Shmulik Rosenstein here. And of course we have Beryl Majeski. You might recognize him if your car got a sticker, a poster, a piece of paper, something about Friendship Circle. But even Friendship Circle is really it's linked with Anshei Lubavitch. It's part of the same, it's one and the same. So what are we all doing here? We're here to discuss how Anshei Lubavitch helps build Hasidic families in Crown Heights, and Tavshin Pei Beis is going into Tavshin Pei Gimel. Rabbi Garelik, how are we building Hasidic families?
How do you build a Hasidic family?
How are we building Hasidic families?
My father used to wake up every morning approximately at 5 o'clock in the morning, sometimes even earlier. In those days in Milan, there was no mikveh in the area where he lived. He had to go far away. We had to take a bus or a taxi for like 20 minutes, half hour. And then he would go to shul. Then there was shachris. And around 8 o'clock, all the balabatim left shul. And my father used to stay in shul every day. Every day, this was his seder. 5 o'clock in the morning, he went to the mikveh. He got to shul at 6. Between 6 and 7, I don't know what he did, what he learned. Then 7 was shachris with the balabatim. He didn't daven. He just, he was there in Talis Tefillin, but he didn't daven. And then, after the balabatim left, he stayed in shul and he davened every day till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Every day, 60 years.
60 years?
60 years, this was his seder. One time, I was curious to see what is he learning in the morning. So after Shachris, I went into his office to see which sefer was on his desk. It was a Samach Vov. So that means that from 6 to 7 every morning, he sat by himself and he learned Samach Vov. Well, why am I saying this?
Your father's a shliach in a faraway country. So why
Why am I saying this? Because that is chinuch. We think that chinuch is going over to your child 7 o'clock in the morning and Weg zachuf, zman krishme. That's not chinuch. Chinuch is that a kid wakes up in the morning and never ever sees his father sleeping. When a father goes over in the morning, shteyuf, zman krishme, it backfires. But if a kid wakes up every morning and knows that his father is in shul learning chassidus, that is chinuch.
Shmuel,
Yes,
do you agree or disagree?
I agree. I think, and the members of the shul are very fortunate to have a living example of, with the rabbi, of what it means to be a chassid, to come to shul, to have chassidus in your house, and, as he always says, to be a good husband, to be a good father. It's all part of the deal, to do the right thing, and as Rabbi always says, just keep on going, do the right thing, never stop, never go sideways, just keep on going.
Keep on going, but, chassidus is in the morning, but Beryl, for Brangens, give us a little taste. L'chaim.
Chaim.
So, Fundraising here at Anshei Lubavitch is something that's very, very unique. As Baruch in Yeshiva and in 770, we really appreciate staying up till the wee hours of the morning and Fundraising and really going at each other, encouraging Ish Azeru Azeru Lochav Yem Chazak. However, as the family starts growing, it gets a little more difficult to stay at Fundraisings, and in general, people aren't as inclined to sit for many hours and fabring. And here at Anshei Lubavitch, literally every single yom in the Pagada, the big ones, the small ones, the medium ones, you'll find a group of guys sitting till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, fabringing, V'Sidat Zayin, Nagunim, encouraging one another in Avodas Hashem, obviously led by the one and only
Rabino.
But
I mean, I obviously on Shabbos.
What's the point of bringing? What's the point of it? What do we? I'm talking about an Anshei. What do we? Is it just hak or it's just tachlis?
Asking me? You're asking the rabbi.
I'm asking you.
The point of Farbrengen essentially is to give us the juice, the lachluchas that we need to live our Hasidic lives. Obviously, you have the learning, you have the davening, you have our way of life. But what gives us the koyach to keep going, to keep pumping in that way, is the Hasidic Farbrengen. Hasidic Farbrengen can't be replicated in any other environment.
But is it enough? Is just Hasidus and Farbrengen is enough? Shmuel, what's your big thing? I was in your house a couple times. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the Gemara share.
No, well, you can't.
I actually heard a little bird told me that there's 45 people in the Gemara share chat.
Yeah,
that's
true.
That's learning Gemara pretty much every single day.
It's be'erech 40 guys.
It's a beautiful thing.
Part of the share every day.
And and the rabbi, of course, is the backbone behind it. He's the one that insisted we start it, and keeps on pushing that more people have to join and get more people involved. And he's always so happy. He'll ask me, when's the next siyum? What daf you're holding? What's going on? And he's always pushing it to grow. And to answer your question, I mean, to be a chassid, you need chassidus and you need farbring. But you also need to learn Gemara, and you have to be a chassid's everything.
I think the Alter Rebbe speaks about it in Tanya, right? That a chassid has to learn Gemara every year.
So it's not easy because for a chassid you need everything. You need it all. You need to daven with a minyan.
How is it possible to have farbrengens, chassidus, Gemara? How do you do it? How can a person do it? I think that you need a place to do it in.
You need Anshei Lubavitch. You can't do it without it.
There's a third pillar we didn't speak about, actually. There's a third pillar. We spoke about Torah, Avodah, Farbrengen, which of course is Chassidus. But what about Gemel's Chasadim? I know we have here, it's Tishrei's Mamish, not around the corner. It's right in front of us. We didn't mention the shoe sale, but that's a very small sliver into what actually goes into the Moischitim fund. Or other people might be out of a job.
The Gemilas Chasadim that goes on in this shul is unbelievable, and people don't know about it because obviously it's done quietly. But there's a tremendous amount. I think one of the biggest amounts financially that we spend in the shul is between the Moischitim fund and Matonas Levyonim, etc. Yeah, if you combine the Moischitim, Matonas Levyonim, etc., it's probably the biggest part of the budget. And there's a tremendous amount of Milas Chasodim that goes on site to help people financially push it with donations, and then the Gamache. There's a big Gamache led by our great Mendy Gopin. Where is he? Can move and shah still in the Mendy Gopin way that nobody knows. But Baruch Hashem is a big Gemach, and that's obviously loans. And before every Yom Tov, the shul says the members of the shul make sure that every member of the shul has everything they need for every Yom Tov, whether it's Rosh Hashanah, whether it's Sukkot, whether it's in Pesach, every Yom Tov.
Rabbi Garelik, before we bring Benny back on, I know that you're the rabbi, but there's also the country has a president, and
I wanted to say, talking about chinuch, my mother is here. She's a big mechaneches. Oh, now we have. Okay.
That's true. What's that?
So
Your
we
mother.
have-
What's that? We don't want to do on regalachas. Your mother. 1 second. But we also have a president.
Yeah.
Levi, right?
Yeah, where is he? He's not here.
Where's Levi?
Where's Levi?
How do you think we're here?
He's probably running everything behind
Levi's
the scenes.
running behind the scenes as usual.
Yeah.
I want to give a big shout out to Levi Shlosh, the
Levi
president.
Shlosh,
of
whoa.
Woo!
Where is he? Hey, we'll ask my mother to say something about chinuch. Come.
Rabbit Cinderella.
My son, did you hear it?
Yeah.
my son asked me to say a few words, and then he went and he said what I wanted to say. He was saying that the way to teach children is not through giving them lectures, by giving them an example. I would like to give you all a very big Yasher Keach and tell you how special it was when I saw what you decided to give our son for his birthday. To me, that present was the most beautiful show of love. And for your children to hear that your present to your Rav is to come early to shul and give him a surprise of 55, and Baruch Hashem, there was even more, I thought that was so beautiful. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And believe me, that'll make more of an impression on your children than 100 lectures. Zayt Matzliach.
Thank you very much, everything, Garelik. Without further ado, once again, for your pleasure, listening pleasure.
The great, the one and only.
Oh, wait. We have a surprise.
Oh,
we have,
okay.
I want to give a very special shout out. The shul and community is made up of many, many different people, and you saw some of the children singing over here. They were a very solid representative of the children. But we also have a number of moras, our very own Anshei moras. We're going to give them a very special shout out, and we want to hear the crowd from the right and the left clapping. Dasa Gorelik, Rachel Leah Shlush, Sivi Aramland, Shayna Gold, and Chaya Simpson. They keep the Shabbos Kids program going every single week under the jurisdiction of Zalman and Rebbetzin Friedman. Without further ado,
wait, no,
where
with
are we
further
holding?
no,
Where
I
are we
want to
holding?
do something. I want to do something.
Go
with
ahead.
further, I've never heard this before. With further ado, Chevre, the Rebbe Mara, the guys, the Badchen told the Rebbe Marash, Rebbe, give geld. No, we're doing. There's
Where
so
are we
much
holding?
going
Where are
on
we
here.
holding?
There's so much going on over here. The reason
Chevre,
we're
we're
here tonight.
almost
We need
50%.
your support.
Almost at
Chevre,
50%.
give geld. We're almost at 50%. Please open your heart, open your wallet. Like Shimshon Stock used to say, take out $1 and give me your wallet. Help us, Benny Friedman.
I might need another one because we have a special surprise. Moirai v'Raboisai, the Koved Choshev Tzibur. Oh, we could have brought the stender and everything. I want to invite my dear brother, my big brother, Rabbi Shmuley Friedman from Cleveland, Ohio, to come sing with us in preparation. Oh, we're doing this, okay. In preparation for the big Yom Tov that's coming, the High Holy Days. Oh, but first, we have to get in our uniforms. You get the talis on, I'll start, and then you continue, and I'll put the talis on.
Say Malchusecho V'koine b'chesed kisecho V'zei shevalov b'yemes V'zei shevalov b'yemes Dayonu Meichiach v'yedei avoei v'choisei v'zoifei rumoinei nishkochois v'siftach es sefer hazichroinois u'me'elav yikorei v'choisam yad kol odom eboy v'shoifar gadol yitokah v'koil dmamot hakol yishomah u'malochim yechafezun v'chilu riyodo yoichezun u'v'shoifar gadol yitokah v'koil dmamot hakol yishomah u'malochim yechafezun v'chilu riyodo yoichezun ve'yoimeru hine yoim hadin lifkoid al tzvamaroim evadin gilo yisku b'einecha vadin v'chol bo'ei oilom yavrum lefanecha ki b'nei marom Kevakoras roye yederoy mavir tzoynoy voitachashi yiftoy kein tavir vesis poir vesimenen vesif koid nefesh vesif koid nefesh nefesh kol choy vesachto ich ki yitzvo lechol beriyoy secho vesichto ves zar dino Roy shashonoy kosevun uveyoim tzoim kippur yechosemu kamo yaverun v'chamo yiboreyun miyichyeh Gitzoy mi loy bekitzoy mi vamayim mi boesh mi bacheren mi bachayo mi barav mi batzomo mi yiborash mi bamagefo mi bachaniko mi baskilo mi yoni mi yoshed mi shofet sach poits de moi savameis kim beshuvoy mi darkoi v'chavoyo ad yoim moi soy tchak eloi im yoshuv miyad tekav eloi oy 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 emes ki yato oy tzro oy 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 miyato oy de ya tzro oy ki Viato yoide ya yitzerom ki me boy sarvodam uyemes ki ato yoitzerom Yatavau yoitzerom Yatavau yoidei yitzerom
Wow. Yasher Koyach. Thank you. Such a beautiful chazonis. Mistama, everyone is really having a Chuvadika, Elodika experience. And on that note, you see, we had Pesach up before, and I really wanted him to give a Shir Chassidus for 45 minutes. But the executive producer, Shimon Sable, nixed it. So I was like, okay, the Rebbe's Takana, a Shir Rambam. How long does the Shir Rambam take? I think about an hour. We got time. The night is young. 9 a.m. work tomorrow. Again, Shimon Sable, not an hour. So without further ado, I'd like to call up Rabbi Levi Kotlarski to give one halacha of today's Rambam, which is Mamish and Yoneh de Yoima.
I'm going to learn from my cousin how to do this. So as Zalmi mentioned, Bashkacha Pratis, today we learn Hilchis Tzedakah. And there's a lot to talk about when it comes to tzedakah. Today it speaks about building a base of Knesset and taking money for a base of Knesset. But I chose, when I was told to learn one halacha, I chose a halacha that I thought speaks about the shul a lot. So I'm going to learn the halacha inside, mostly in English. And yeah. So it says as follows. At the end of the Rambam of tzedakah, after it speaks about what the mitzvah tzedakah, it says there's 8 ways to go above tzedakah. Above, as the Rebbe says, that these are not just tzedakah, these are going above. The highest level is what it says as follows: a specialty that there's nothing higher than this. It's a person who helps someone who got poor. How? You give him money, and you give him a loan. You get him the ability to get back onto his feet. You help him with finding a job. This shul, Baruch Hashem, has many people that came to this shul that were missing a job. Someone heard about it, so first of all, we gave them matana. The shul, right away, they gave them some money. But one of the specialties of the shul, and just this week something happened like this, that someone said he's having an issue, and right away they set him up with interviews, get him job applications, help him with the process. There's 10, 15 members of the shul that now, some of them actually moved away because they got jobs out of Crown Heights, but that were able to find a job through the shul, through members of the shul. As soon as they heard that someone is either in a job that they don't like or that they lost their job, they find them that job. And as the Rebbe says, Valden Nemar, on this it says, as the Rambam says, that if you help someone that's a stranger and living with you, what does that mean? Help him enough that he shouldn't fall and he shouldn't need anything else.
Shirkoyach Levi, beautiful. Mamash Hashkacha Pratis, that we get to speak about tzedakah on the Rambam of the day, the way the Rebbe set it up. So the Rebbe, of course, knew when we started the Rambam that we're going to have our fundraiser today. We can move the cameras to
By the way,
screen.
we have some interesting updates right now.
Talk to me, Zalmi.
Someone just donated the covered, the Rav Rashi of Anshei Lubavitch, Harav Gerelik. He donated just now $18,000. And by the way, it's not because of his singing voice. And it's not because of his blue eyes. It's because of his leadership and his getting people to come and learn Chassidus. So a very special thank you to Mendy Chain from across the streets.
Thank you,
Hi.
Mendy, from across Albany.
So, once they give us the mic, I think we have executive privilege. So,
I don't know what that means, but I'm with you, Zalmi.
So I think we can veto the executive producer. So David Leib is going to give us a shtickle, a shir, I am base about where we're holding in the campaign right now.
Let me just make a calculation. We started, now it's 9:47 p.m. Am I on or am I off? Is that correct? Yeah, that's
You're on.
right. So we started the campaign about at 9 a.m. So
Yes.
we're about, about 12 hours into it. And we're at 45%. So if you do the math.
By the way, did you learn an alter?
Something. I'm going to keep it confidential for now. Message me after and I'll give you the information. So we're looking at 45% of our $226,606. Shkoyach, thank you very much for every single donor. Give a round of applause for every single person.
How did this tie into IM-base? I'm missing something.
Well, everything is statistics. You have to know. So percentage-wise, 45% is actually, Ashkacha Pratis, that's the name, a Gamache of one of the names of Hashem.
Ma.
Shema. Well, that's nice, right? Everyone loves Shema because it's Helix, the name of Hashem, but that's not enough. There's another name of Hashem, Shemban, that's 52. Another name, Sag, 63. Another name, Ab. The highest one we know is Ab, 72, but that's never going to cut it. David HaMelech said, Al tikre ma elamea. Don't say 45%. Al tikre ma elamea. Say mea is 100%. Without further ado, Chavra, bring us to 100%. You know you can. Just open your wallets a little more, swipe your credit card. It's that easy. Nowadays, it's so easy. Just press a couple numbers into the thing, and boom, your account's wiped empty, and we build a new shul. Without further ado, I'd like to call up one of the builders of Anshei Lubavitch. One of the things we discussed earlier, the mikvah. The mikvah is named after Rav Chassid, Rav Dov Bar Yunik. And we have here his son, Reb Shamshin Yunik, who sponsored the mikvah. Please come up, Reb Shamshin, talk about the mikvah. Reb Shamshin, question number one. What inspired you to invest so much money in building a mikvah over here at South Crown Heights?
Truth is, it all started with the Rav. Yeah, it's true. He wanted the mikveh built at all cost. And he felt if another 40, 50 of the Jungalite go every day to mikveh, it's worth it. And he really pushed it. And together with my brother David, we helped out in building the mikveh. And
It's interesting because the mikveh was just a start, right? Just like the mikveh was in the beginning of the day, like we said before, chevre, mikveh, coffee, chassidus, shachris. But I think yourself also. I think I think you started off yourself thinking you're just going to sponsor, but now we see you around here more often. What do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
I'm temporarily living here across the street, so by default I'm here a little bit more. But really, it's important because that the Alter Rebbe says that a person needs before davening is tzedakah, learning, and mikveh. I don't think he mentions the coffee. Yes. So Baruch Hashem, that we see that the mikveh is growing and it's being used a lot. So
listen, there's other shuls that are not so far from here, but we see you here on a pretty consistent basis. Is there anything that you feel connected to Anshei Lubavitch, or is it just, or is the mikveh enough? Maybe that's it.
My son-in-law's daven here. My grandchildren daven here. Shabbos, I'm always up on 770. I want to put that out there. And Baruch Hashem. So
your
really
family
nice.
now, your family's also, you start off with the one thing, and then eventually that grew into your family also joining as well.
Baruch Hashem, yes.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Shkoyach Reb Shamshin.
Shkoyach. Okay.
Wow, what a wonderful story. You give a little and you get a lot. That's what I learned from that. Without further ado, hopefully, unless you want to give money now, we'd like to call up an esteemed member of the Gamache Society. Gamache is actually a Rosh Tevis for Gemilas Chasadim, but for many hundreds and maybe thousands of years in Yiddishkeit, Gamache is a simple meaning a loan, a free loan. We have here with us today Rabbi Yankee Raskin. Please come up to speak about actually the Gamache. And Rabbi Yankee, I learned recently, I didn't know this before, he is one of the, what was the word you used? You run the Gamache, right?
Yeah, together with Mendy Guppin.
Keep it close.
Okay.
The Gamache. So, Torah Avodah is Gemilas Chasadim. We spoke about Torah a lot. The mikveh, it's part of Avodah, davening. Gemilas Chasadim. What, in your eyes, someone who's running the Gamache for all these years, we're doing it. It's a nice amount of years at this point, right? About how
So
many
let me
years?
tell you a little bit about the Gamache.
Go ahead.
I'll never forget, it was 7 years ago. Shabbos Parshas Mishpatim, Kesef Talva, Rabbi Gerelik, we're sitting around the Fundraising, and he said, Chevra, we have to start a Gamache. Who's going to run the Gamache? So I remember it was Mendy Guppin and Dovi Barber and myself. We said, let's do it. And we did people picked up their hand for a fundraiser. And we fundraised probably $5,000. And I remember that night I was visiting my friend Levi Shlush. And Rabbi Gerela gave me a call. He says, Yankee, where are you? And I remember Rabbi Gerela drove by and he dropped off the first donation. And I remember thinking with the Gamache, how many people are going to use it. And I remember talking the first year, a handful of people used it. Today, 7 years later, there are over 70 people who have benefited from the Gamache. The Gamache has close to $80,000, and we've lent out over the years over $200,000 in loans. Loans sometimes $1,000, $2,000, up to $10,000. For anything, for people use it, sometimes you'll have someone's down payment who wants to renovations.
Down payment for a house?
Yeah, people are borrowing, and they'll call the Gamache. Can we get, what do you have? Can you help us out?
What's the most common use for the Gamache?
It's really, people are doing renovations in their house, and or sometimes someone, has credit card debt, and they're just caught up in that, and they want to pay it off, and having an interest-free loan really makes a world of a difference for starting a business. Mendy and I have been running it now for 7 years, and every year, Shabbos Parshas Mishpatim, we do a fundraiser, and we're all out. People are calling up, and Baruch Hashem, we do have funds to give, but sometimes you have to tell someone. You got to wait a little bit.
Are you opening an invitation for anyone who wants to donate to the Gamache?
Absolutely.
Please give your money for the Gamache.
That's it.
Because actually, we also want to give a round of applause. Yankee, I know you're sitting here today, but when two Yidden sit together, it's always for the benefit of another. Another name, another person who's very involved in the Gamache is Yehuda Kirsch, correct?
More with the Mois Chitim.
Or with the Mois Chitim, but
yeah,
that's definitely in the Gemilas Chasadim. We'd like to call him up to speak a moment just about the Mois Chitim and how it's helping the community.
So the Mois Chitim was started with one real goal, to make people comfortable to take the help. We're all chaverim, we're all close, and sometimes it's difficult to reach out. So we try to schmooze with people, find out, and if someone is in need of something, the first step obviously is the Gamache, or we find another way to assist. Sometimes it's emergencies, and it's cash, and sometimes it's creating a store.
So Mois Chitim is not just money for food.
Mois Chitim is for any situation how we could help. So, for example, Yom Tiv, especially by COVID, when everyone was in lockdown, we made a store where it was basically pay what you want. And we encouraged everyone to come shop. So that way, the people that are not going to pay or can't pay shouldn't feel any different coming to take food, because everyone is taking, and then everyone would walk out with box loads, literally boxes of groceries, and they would pay later. So no one would know who paid and who didn't pay. That was our point. Our point is make people comfortable to be able to take.
That's really amazing. That's actually sounding a lot like a Gamache, where you're providing that we're giving the person the ability to stay proud, to stay. I'm going to the store for Shabbos, for Yom Tov, but yet it's not a situation of tzedakah, or a person has to have an embarrassment or something like that.
100%, and people, we gave it to them as a matana to set them up like today's Rambam, and half a year later they came and they gave it back.
But that costs money, right?
What do you mean?
That
how
costs
do
money.
we fundraise?
How do you give people?
You want me to go in competition with your fundraiser, or
This is it. We're fundraising together. It's Anshei Lubavitch.
So it's a shul. It's a closed shul, and whenever there's a situation, I'm thinking of a situation a couple of years ago that someone was in the hospital, and his wife was home alone, and the rabbi calls me up and says they need a babysitter, they need cleaning help, they need something. Quickly, I made a few phone calls, and that night walked over $1,000 cash. She wasn't expecting nothing. No one ever knew about it. These are situations that the rabbi has his intelligence. Other people, these are cases that
So
know.
these are daily examples of Anshei Lubavitch, the community, not just being a shul, not just being a location, and it, but really help, building our community together. And that's what, and now we're
100%.
growing, and we can't fit in. It's time to grow.
100%.
It's very beautiful. Thank you very much, Chevra. Thank you very much for talking about the amazing work. Gamache, the third pillar of Yiddishkeit. We would like to call up our very own. Well, we were trying to figure out earlier what the title is for the next person you want to call up. It's very hard to limit somebody who's who's doing so much. We all nimnu v'gamru. We voted, and we all agreed that his title is the Shliach of Anshei Lubavitch. We'd like to call up our very own Zalman Friedman to discuss anything that we have missed out on. Zalman, it's so good to see you.
David Leib, you're amazing. Yasher koyach to everybody. I want to start off, first of all, thank you everybody for donating, and thank you everybody who will be donating. I want to start off by mentioning that there is one person here who, when everyone goes to sleep, is thinking about the shul, is worrying about the shul. When everyone goes to work, worrying about themselves, he's worrying about the shul. And he could be seen here at shul, in other areas, working for the shul. And he's our very own president, the best Rosh HaKol in North America. A standing ovation, please. Thank you very much to our very own Levi Shlush. Levi Shlush, Levi. All right, Baruch Hashem, Levi. Yeah. Always behind the scenes, doesn't want any attention, just always gets it done. Amazing, is an inspiration for all of us. True or not true?
True as can be.
You got it. And the
Tell
next.
me, do you work alone?
No, we never work alone.
How do you get everything done? Are you just the shliach, or is there, or you're a team?
We're definitely a team. Every person, hopefully, has a Ezer Kenegdoi, someone who helps them out in their shlichus, in their tafkid, and that is, of course, the wonderful Eishes Chayils, the wonderful women of Anshei Lubavitch. Everybody knows a happy wife is a happy life. Everybody knows Chachmas Noshim Bonsa Beisa, that the wisdom of the wife, the wisdom of the women of Klal Yisrael is what builds the house and builds the next generation. Here in Anshei Lubavitch, we are very blessed with a very active sisterhood. And the active sisterhood, which is, of course, headed by our Rebbitzin, and the amount of programs, when we say active sisters, you think, okay, they come together once a year. No, they come together at least once a month. At least once a month through every Rosh Chodesh to learn and to get inspired. Now, we all know that in Crown Heights, everyone's very busy. Crown Heights is a big place. Brooklyn is very busy in Brooklyn. And it's not so easy. For men, Baruch Hashem, we have minyanim. We're always getting together. There's always a reason to get together for men. But for the women, it's not so simple. Shabbos, there is no Erev. We're very proud of the fact that that the Rebbe's Hayra and we listen to the Rabbanim, and the women stay home with the kids. What do we do about that? What do we do? The women also need their social get-togethers during the week. Every Rosh Chodesh, we have once a year a Shabbaton, special for women to go away. The husband take care of the kinderlach, and the women go away to rejuvenate and to recharge, to continue their amazing work, taking care and raising the next generation of the Tzivos Hashem.
What about you're saying during the week? What was that?
Meaning not on Shabbos. In some communities, the women get together on Shabbos. They push the strollers. In Crown Heights, we don't have that. And therefore, it's important.
So we have annual. We have the women's annual Shabbaton.
Right.
We have monthly.
Yep.
So what's up next?
What's up next is, Baruch Hashem, we have many, many simchas. Many simchas. I remember in 2 weeks we had maybe 4 or 5 babies in just the Anshei Lubavitch community. Every woman is taken care of and looked after a simcha, after a baby. And we have the care packages. We have breakfast delivered. We have a supper chain where the women of the Anshei Lubavitch get together to make sure that their supper is prepared for the children of the family while the mother can rest. And it's really amazing how everyone comes together to celebrate in each other's simchas.
So what I'm hearing from you is that it's not just a shul. It's not just a shul with a mechitza that has men on one side. I mean, of course it's a mechitza. Of course, there's no question about that. But I'm saying it's we're each it's funny because it sounds funny when you say it because we're taught one you hear one thing in one narrative, but the Rebbe was the champion of the Nashim Lubavitch, Neshei Lubavitch, right? Neshei B'nai Chabad.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely, and as we know, we're getting closer to Yomim Mashiach, where it's going to be Eishes Chayil Ateres Baila, and we definitely see that here in our shul, Anshei Lubavitch, that the women we can say are pretty much just as active as the women, and when Mashiach comes, they'll be more active.
More active. Chevre, we're not done yet.
1 minute before you go on to the next segment, we want to say that everything that happens here, like we mentioned before, is done according to halacha and is done under the auspices of our very own rabbi. If the president deserves a standing ovation, then our rabbi, Rabbi Yossi Garelik, for sure deserves a standing ovation. Rabbi Yossi Garelik, the best Rosh HaKol in North America, under the best rabbi in North America. Thank you very much, Rabbi.
What about the Rebbetzin, the leader of the women?
Of course. Thank you very much, Rabbi. We give you our bracha. David Leib, you're good with the brachas. Actually, I'm a kohen. I'm okay with the brachas.
Zalmi bench us all and bench everybody who's watching with brachas kohenim.
Vayidaber Adonai el Moshe lemer daber alav abonav lemer kaisav orchas b'nei Yisrael amar lahem yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom v'samu hashmei al b'nei Yisrael v'ani avarachem. Everyone should have a good gebenched yard. You should be matzliach l'maylim, and I'm sure the rabbi should be yarch yomim mamamlachta, should live and be well for many, many more years, to continue to lead this amazing community.
Zalmi, I have a very serious question to ask you before this is over, and this is important for anyone who's logged in. Are we taking new applications for Anshei Lubavitch for membership? Are we open for membership?
We're absolutely open for membership. We're open for membership. We're open for donations. And Amrit Hashem, with the next building, we can expand to double the size. And we'll have the physical. Now we have the space in the heart. But when we have the next building, then we'll have the space in the building to make sure that everyone is invited. So please do your part. Please help out. And let's make this happen.
Let's make this happen. We cannot do it without you. And without further ado, we're going to call up
the one and only
Anshei Lubavitch member.
1, 2, 3.
Benny Friedman!
Woo!
I wanted to do this just 1 minute ago, but how about now? I'll sing it really loud, hopefully. Everyone who needs to hear it will hear it. This song is for Rabbi Garelik, and it goes like this. And I want everybody please to sing along. Toka b'shoy for godoy, toka b'shoy for godoy, luvo ivdim b'yeretz ashur, v'hanidochim b'yeretz mitzroy. Hanidochim be'eretz Mitzroim ve'ishtachavu l'Hashem be'arak kodesh b'Yerushalayim yoy ve'ishtachavu l'Hashem be'arak kodesh Arakoidesh birushalayim ve'hoyav hayavoyim hahu ve'hoyav hayavoyim hahu itoka b'shoifor govodoy Toka b'shoy for gubodoy yo 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 ivdim be'yeretz ashur v'hanidochim be'yeretz mitzroy v'hanidochim be'yeretz mitzroy ve'ishtachavu Hashem be'arakoidesh b'Yerushalayim oyoy ve'ishtachavu elav Hashem be'arakoidesh b'Yerushalayim I want to ask my nephew Yankiv Moshe to come back to the stage and sing one more song, Lekovet the Heilik Erov, that we have. Okay, try. Give it a try. I'm not sure it's the right key. Huh? A little bit lower, a little bit lower. Give me a...
I had a rabbi, a teacher in my life, who made me what I am today. I was too young then to know that I owe a debt I can never repay. Now we were no angels, but Rebbe stayed on. He saw something we couldn't see. Year after year at the front of the class, building the world that would be. May you have a bracha,
down 2 full steps.
How
One second, hold it. You sing it where you're comfortable.
How I wish you could see that the message you've taught remains with us all of our lives. Rabbi, just know that you're changing the world. You do it one child at a time. Countless Talmidim will stand up and say, thank you, dear Rabbi. How I wish you could see that the message you've taught remains with us all of our lives. Rabbi, just know that you're changing the world. You do it one child at a time. Countless Talmidim will stand up and say, thank you, dear Rabbi. Every day.
Thank you. Now, Moirai Rabbi Sai. We have a very special guest, a very, very special guest who heard that we're bringing over here tonight. Please welcome to Anshei Lubavitch. Brother Joey, how are you? Brother Joey, how are you?
How are you, Rabari over there? How are you, live stream over here? Oy, 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 Ashreinu. Oy, 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 Ashreinu. Anshei Lubavitch. Oy, 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 Ashreinu. Ashreinu, matoiv chelkeinu. Oy, 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 Ashreinu. Umanoyim goyr aleinu. Oy, 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 Ashreinu. Tanzen, Mama, Shigava. Oy, 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 Ashreinu. Ay, la, 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 la. Anshei Lubavitch. Ay, la, 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 la. Oy, 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 Ashreinu. Ay, la, 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 la. Oy, 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 Ashreinu. Diriram bamba, diriram bamba, diriram hey, diriram mike yam choizrawe, diriram bamba, diriram bam hey, mike yam choizrawe, diriram la, diriram hey, diriram mike yam choizrawe, diriram la, diriram mike yam choizrawe. Brother Harry over there.
The show is not over. The show is not over. We still have more. Benny and Joey, wait right here. I just want to give a very few special thank yous to a number of people that make this shul, this community special, and made this event possible. And I want to start with someone, Rabbi Meir and his wife, Chaviva Nu, who run the preschool, run the koilel, they run neshamas for the broader Crown Heights. A round of applause for Meir and his wife. A major part of this campaign has been the tables on Kingston Avenue run by the Friedman family from Eastern Parkway, the Karasik family, the Chaskin family, and the Kotlarski family. A very, very special thank you, and to each and every one of your children that spent the time out there in the hot sun. There's one guy who has driven me crazy over the past week and a half, and his name is Rabbi Sruli Richler. He is the man behind this program. If not for his perseverance and insistence, this event would have never happened, and the whole Raiseathon wouldn't have happened. So a very special thank you, Sruli, and to your family. A very special thank you to Shlomi Greenwald and the whole Raiseathon team for your amazing, excellent work that you put into this, and to Levi Sodak, and to Zevi Kugel, and to the whole team. Benny, now is our chance to say thank you. Thank you, Benny.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, look at brother Benny over there.
And thank you, Joey, for coming and showing up. Eli Losh has been behind the scenes driving this campaign with our dear president, Levi Shlush. So a very special thank you to those, Eli and Rabbi Levi Shlush. This building didn't start yesterday. It started many, many months ago. And there have been a number of people who have put in a lot of money into this to get us to this point, and they are none other than Mendel Ragatsky, Mendy Guppin, Mendy Chain, Sruli Richler, and Benny once again. You got two thank yous. Very special thank you to our production team, Shimon Sable, Dovie Abrahams, Gabby on the sound, Beryl Myers, Chani Malaki, give us some keys, Ari on the guitar, Shner Sobel, Matel Sadak, and our very two last but not least, David Leib Hallen, who has been co-emceeing this program, and our very own Anshei member, who is involved with Kiddushim and in many, many of the programs, Harav Goin Yitzi Silver. Benny and Joey, it's yours. L'chaim.
L'chaim, l'chaim. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, I wore my payas up l'cover the Chabad Chevra tonight. We keep it under the yarmulke.
One second. We need to talk about Joey and Benny. We need to talk about these numbers right over here. Where are we holding? We're at 232,000.
Those numbers over
494. You know what's beautiful? 753 donors. 753 families are participating in this amazing experience. It's not too late. Now is your chance. Participate, donate. The campaign is going on for another, I'm not good at math, I went to Alberta. It is going till Thursday morning, 9 a.m. L'chaim. So we hope to see your donation coming up. Joey and Benny.
Want to hit the goal tonight, though. And then
we are going to hit the gold. By the way, for $18,000, Joey and Benny will sing a song of your choice.
Absolutely.
That Taka, by the way. Get the them shouting out. He sits late at night in the soft candlelight as it casts its warm glow on the pages, and the words that he sees are the secret, the key that has kept us alive through the ages. Why does he cherish the wisdom of old and delight in its study each day? He knows only Torah can nourish his soul. Come listen and hear what he says. Ay, 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 vos og beis Hillel, vos mein beis Shammai. Rovo farvos als du nit wie Abaye. Torah, without you I surely would die. Lulei soira vos Shashua, vos klärt Ravina, vos tracht Ravashi. Pshat ken mit treffen in heilige Rashi. Torah, you've given my spirit to me. Ki yivam chisani. As a nation in flight, we endure the world's spite and the sight of our precious books burning. We ignored our grief to the world's disbelief and never, no, never stopped learning. Why does he cherish the wisdom of old and delight in its study each day? He knows only Hasidus can nourish his soul. Come listen and hear what he said. Ay, 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 maskiv Rav Chiyizda, eis vei Rav Papa. Zevu de Rambam, firtois psak aloche. Torah, without you I surely would die. Lulei soira vosko Shashua, ya ya. Risho in zakasha, nachro in zasvore. Chochmas avoire, was liegt in gemore. Torah, you've given my spirit to me. Ki yivam chisani. Yeah, there we go, Rabari over there. Top 3 guitar players, Rabari. And now we remain with our faith yet sustained by our passion and love for this treasure. It's our link with Sinai and our Father on high. So we'll keep on learning forever, 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 forever. Ilulei soira vosko Shashua. Lulei soira vosko Shashua. Torah, without you I surely would die. Lulei soira voscha Shashua. Aile oilom lo yeshka Pikud bevecho. Li oilom lo yeshka Pikudecho. Kivam chisani. Ki yivam chisani.
I want to give one more very, very big thank you to Ariel Spiegel. Oh, yeah. Ariel Spiegel and Aaron Goodman. Thank you for everything that you've done. and continue to do and will continue to do. L'chaim, l'chaim. Anybody sent in an $18,000 song request?
By the way, I knew this was a Haliga place. I walked in, and that little Yid back there, he's like, "Did you put on tefillin today?" I thought I looked religious rather than that. You know what I'm saying? The Lamites, you always have to look out for other Yidden. No
Listen,
matter.
the clue is on the door. Anshei Lubavitch, you're gonna get asked.
It's Mamash Halig.
Any song requests?
The shaila is, let's say I didn't. You could put on a night taka. What are you tying now? What are you tying?
That's deep. That's very deep.
Now we're
That's a
getting
deep. That's
Now
a
we're
deep
getting-
shaila.
No, where's the $18,000 request? Anybody here in the room? Rabari, 18K?
That's right. What did it say in the Eberster's film?
Me, oi, me, oi, me, oi, me, ke amcha. The other one.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. No. No. What do you have over there? Stay tuned. Stay tuned. The song is about to arrive.
F sharp minor, Rabari. F flat, Rabari over there.
If you give more money, it's going to work. Please, that's what we're here for. We need to build this. We need your help. I said before, we got 1%. It's in the right direction, but let's keep rocking. Chevra, let's keep rocking.
Amen.
Hamaisa hua ikr, no? We have to be mechazik doilim, so I have to make a donation. Otherwise, I can't sit here and talk. You know what I'm saying? Hamaisa hua ikr. You can talk and talk and talk, but that's how do we do this over here? I should just give you the card and you put whatever you
give
want.
the wallet and they figure
do
out
I
the
get
rest.
to pick a song that you could sing if I do?
Joey, you got it.
Joey, Shimshon Stock.
2 more songs.
Shimshon Stock used to say, take out the dollar and give me your wallet.
Thank you, Joey. Don't tell him. He'll guess already how much you wanted to give.
You do your job, I'll do my job.
Just for that, I'm taking the payas out. All tied up over
Beitzim ve'oim roi vetzes alo efroichim oy ala beitzim lo isikach oy al habonim lo isikach Lo isikach oim halabonim shaleach tishalach esabonim tikach lo leman yitav loch leman yitav loch veharachto Yomim shaleach tishalach esabonim tikach lo leman yitav loch leman yitav loch veharachto Yomim ki korei kan tzibor lefonecho baderech b'chol eitz hoya lo'oretz efroichim hoy beitzim ve'oeim roi vetzes alo efroichim hoy ala beitzim lo isikach lo isikach hoy ala bonim Loi sikach, loi sikach, kala Oy lo boy si kala khoim alabonim shalech tishalach esovein esabonim tikach lo
da 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 dum bum 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 ba 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 ba
tavloch leman tavloch veharachto yomim oy shalech tishalach esovein esabonim tikach lo
da 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 dum bum bum bum
tavloch leman tavloch veharachto yomim.
You know what it reminds me of? That's what I was thinking the whole time. Chilo, lo keve la chalepano, shalom imevenu, mane lo shoira, ya yasher bikalo, ashira ozo. I know beyond me follow. If I say tifto, ufi yagi tei la se ni da 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 ni da 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 da. Hashem, Sifava Zaydir Tava, Ufi Yagi, Teila Secha,
Hoichi lo loke, lachalev vefono. Shalom imenu, we mane lo b'shoy, chila loke, achalev vefono, yoredonu.
השיר האוזור אביר אין הנויס ביד מפעלו אשר בקלו השיר האוזור אביר אין הנויס ביד מפעלו אוי אוי לי
Just moved up to top 2.
Rabari is now top 2, Rabari. Over there.
אשר בקולו ישיר האוזור אביר אין הנוס ביד מפעלו אשר בקולו השיר האוזור אביר אין הנוס ביד מפעלו
Now we're talking over here.
Chaim. Want to do one more?
Only if Rabari lets me use the guitar. I don't know.
I'm making a macha right now. The whole Crown Heights, the whole Anshei Lubavitch worldwide, we're enjoying Benny Friedman and Joey Newcomb, surprise guest, last minute. And you're all sitting there, and you think it's for free. There ain't no such thing as a free lunch, excuse me. I'm sitting here on the side. And I'm seeing 46%, like we spoke last time. Joey, if the Chevra are not getting involved, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? But Anshei Lubavitch, you don't turn anybody away. Chevra, sit, enjoy. Enjoy but give. Enjoy and give.
Always give, even if you're not enjoying. That's the Metzias of a Yid, no? To give. Correct. You have to give. Oh, wow, we got Rabari's guitar. Now this, by the way, just for this, anybody who wants to see this, 18,000. The fact that Rabari's letting me use his guitar, that's mamish game used, mamish. Couple of scratches over here. Shvira Sakelim, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, we got it piece by piece over here. Oh, I played Ari's guitar. Hoppa.
I got it back. I didn't know if I would get it back. The card. Ravari, I'm taking over, mamish. Are we doing this as Amen?
I don't know the words.
I know the words. Sometimes you have to know the words, and sometimes even when you don't know the words, you have to know the words even if you don't know it. It's so deep. Actually, we're covered, Brother Benny. We're going to raise the key, a couple of keys.
Tonight's all about raising. Tonight's all about raising.
So you got to raise the key.
Raise the key,
You got to
raise
raise
the
the
money.
percentage. We got to raise the key on the guitar. Maybe we're doing a pa'ula mamish, like a maisa pa'ula, raising the key on the guitar. It's going to be poil that we're going to raise the percentage. I know you think I don't belong here with my blue jeans and my long hair. And ever since I was a little boy, I would play here with my train. Ever since I was a little boy, this whole synagogue knew my name. But when the soldiers, they took me away, they said, we need the young and strong. When the soldiers took me away, my father was sing me the song just one more time. I want to know who I am. How can I know where I'm going if I don't know where I'm coming from? How can I know why I'm living if I don't know what he was dying for? They sang V'yafalpi, V'yafalpi, Shechato Yisraelu, V'yafalpi, oy V'yafalpi, Shechato Yisraelu. I know you think my life was unfair as I wipe away another tear. Ever since I was a little boy, I would play with my train. Ever since I was a little boy, I searched the whole world for this place. But when the soldiers, they took me away, they said everything was gone. When the soldiers took me away, I never stopped singing the song. They sang V'yafalpi, V'yafalpi, Shechato Yisraelu, V'yafalpi, oy V'yafalpi, Shechato Yisraelu. So sing me the song just one more time, maybe I'll understand. Sing me the song just one more time. I want to know who I am. How can I know where I'm going if I don't know where I'm coming from? How can I know why I'm living if I don't know what he was dying for? Yeah, sing me the song just one more time. Maybe I'll understand.
understand. Sing me the song just one more time. I want to know who I am. How can I know where I'm going if I don't know where I'm coming from? How can I know why I'm living if I don't know what he was dying for? They say, V'yafalpi, V'yafalpi, Shechata Yisraelu, V'yafalpi, oy V'yafalpi, Shechata Yisraelu. You gotta go to the next one over there like this. Sitting in the hot desert sun, you've been told you'd be on the run down to Egypt, to Pharaoh's town, to Rome and Spain, and many other lands. But you opened your door to tired men, to lonely passers-by, to angels from heaven. Your kindness and your care were known far and wide. Father of a people, your soul is alive. Are we the children that you dreamed of? Are we that shining star you saw at night? We know it's true, that's why we call you Avinu. Our Father, our bride, we got your soul inside. Take us home, take us home. You've been through every test. Now look, a small shul in the Midwest, in Crown Heights. A child was born just the other day, and all those gathered there heard his mother say, all it's been 3,000 years, and we're still fighting back all the tears. One man's lullaby, nation will survive. Father of a people, your dream is alive. Are we the children that you dreamed of? Are we that shining star you saw at night? We know it's true, that's why we call you Avinu. Our Father, our bride, we got your soul inside. Take us home. Our Father, our pride, we got your soul inside. Take us home. Brother Benny over there.
Yes, we're the children that you dreamed of, and we're the shining stars you saw at night. We know it's true, that's why we call you Avinu. Our Father, our pride, we got your soul inside. Take us home. Our Father, our pride, we got your soul inside. Take us home.
Yes, we're the children that you dreamed of, and we're that shining star you saw at night. We know it's true, we still call you Avinu. Our Father, our pride, we got your soul inside. Take us home. Our Father, our pride, we got your soul inside. Take us home.
Oh, to be a yeah, we get away with that? I never know. No, you don't have to be Breslov to be Besimcha. But you gotta be Besimcha to be Breslov. Oh yeah. No, you don't have to be Breslov to be Besimcha. But you gotta be Besimcha to be a Yid. Di-di-da-da-da-da-da-da. Mitzvah gedola, liot besimcha. Liot besimcha tamid. Hayabri boy, 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 boy. Mitzvah gedolo, liot besimcha. Liot besimcha tamid. No, you don't have to be Chabad to want Mashiach, but you gotta want Mashiach to be a Yid. No, you don't have to be Tzioni to love Eretz Yisrael, but you gotta love Eretz Yisrael to be a Yid. Oh yeah. No, you don't have to be a Litvak to learn the Torah, but you gotta learn some Torah to be a Yid. You know, you don't have to be a Sephardi to respect the rabbis, but you gotta respect the rabbis to be a Yid. Hoi, 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 mitzvah gedola, liot besimcha. Liot besimcha tamid. Hayabri boy, 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 boy. Mitzvah gedolo, liot besimcha. Liot besimcha tamid. Yeah, 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 yeah. They know you don't have to be a yeki to be on time, and you don't either have to be on time to be a Yid. I don't think so, eh? No, you don't have to be a Chusid to know how to daven, but you gotta know how to daven to be a Yid. Yeah, yeah. No, you don't have to live in the 5 towns to have some money, but you... I don't know, you gotta help me out here, man. Yeah, I don't know, I just got myself in trouble there, brother, man. You gotta, you don't gotta? Somebody have a order?
But you gotta give tzedakah.
But you gotta give tzedakah to be a Yid. No, you don't have to go to Anshei Lubavitch to have an amazing shul and community. But if you want to be guaranteed an amazing shul and community, you should hang out and donate to Anshei Lubavitch. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da, mitzvah gedola, liot besimcha. Liot besimcha tamid. Mitzvah gedola, liot besimcha. Liot besimcha tamid. Mitzvah gedola, liot besimcha. Liot besimcha tamid. Hold on over there. Mitzvah gedola, liot besimcha. Liot besimcha tamid. Now you have to mash it up like this. If do es Hashem besimchato, Eras Hashem, till we want Mashiach now, we want Mashiach now. Uman, Uman, Rosh Hashanah, Uman, Uman, Yerushalayim shel zahav. Mitzvah gedola, liot besimcha. Liot besimcha tamid.
ועל ידי זה יכולים להביא את הגאולה. להיות בשמחה אפילו מבתוך יסורי. I hope I didn't get in too much trouble with that nigga. $18,000. That's an easy one. Wow. Could have picked something harder, by the way. No, but listen, that's the bottom line, no?
This is everything. Everything is right here in this song. We learned it a few weeks ago in the Rambam, and I sent it to you right away. Where's Levi? The Rambam says we don't sing, we don't play Klei Nagina, except if you want to sing songs. Today, the minhag already is that when you're singing songs of Haidah to the Eibishter, then it's already the minhag that we'd sing it. So this song is really the whole heter for all of Jewish music right here.
Well, we have to raise the key for the Heilige Brother Benny over there. Cover the Heilige Brother Benny over there. Can't just stay on the B flat minor. What's the avoid of C? What's the avoid? It's Malchus.
In Hebrew, C is not called C. What's called in Hebrew? Do. And tonight it's all about
Do.
There you go.
Very good. You told me there's a new simon Rosh Hashanah night. You know, you eat the simonu. So you should have garlic, because garlic is shum. Because ain't shum yish.
Good. A.B. Rottenberg told me, how do we know that the calendar was made by a Chosid and not by a Litvak? Because if it was made by a Litvak, they would have made 2 Elul.
Thank you, Hashem. Thank you, Hashem. Thank you, Hashem. Brother Benny over there.
Thank you,
Hoy du Lashem ki yitar ki li'olam chazdo. Hoy du Lashem ki yitar ki li'olam chazdo. Yeah, hoy du Lashem ki yitar ki li'olam chazdo. Hoy du Lashem ki yitar ki li'olam chazdo. Brother Benny.
Hashem, Hapa'am Oide, Es Hashem, Hapa'am Oide, Es Hashem. Kili Oilom, Lioilom Chastoi, Hoi, Hoi, Hapa'am Oide, Es Hashem, Hapa'am Oide, Es Hashem, Hapa'am Oide, Es Hashem. Kili Oilom, Lioilom Chastoi.
Thank you, Hashem.
Thank you, Hashem. Hoi, 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 Thank you, Hashem.
תודה רבה לך, השם יתברך. תודה רבה לך, השם יתברך. תודה רבה לך, השם יתברך. Thank you, Hashem. Hey, the Russian over there. Spasiba Bogu. Spasiba Bogu. Is that it?
Thank you, Hashem.
I hoy du Lashem ki yitar ki li'olam chazdoy. Hoy du Lashem ki yitar ki li'olam chazdoy. Yeah, hoy du Lashem ki yitar ki li'olam chazdoy. Hoy du Lashem ki yitar ki li'olam chazdoy.
Hapa'am Oide, Es Hashem, Hapa'am Oide, Es Hashem, Hapa'am Oide, Es Hashem.
Kili yoilom yoilom chasdoi Hoi leloi leloi apam oide Es Hashem apam oide Es Hashem apam oide Es Hashem Ki yoilom chasdoi Ay-da-da-da-la-la 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 Thank you, Hashem. I did it bam bam. Thank you, Hashem. I did it la la. Thank you, Hashem. Toda rabba lecha. Thank you, Hashem.
Thank you. Thank you, Joey Newcomb. Thank you to all the participants tonight and to all those who sent money now and who sent money before and who are going to send money soon and who are going to send money today and tomorrow and continue for the next few years as we build a mokim of COVID and of l'shem u'l'tiferes l'feir for the Rebbe, to give a lot of nachas to the Rebbe. Thank you, Rebbe, for all the brachas, and of course, thank you,
Thank you, Hashem. I did it la la. Thank you, Hashem. Toda rabba lecha, Hashem yibarach. Thank you, Hashem. Bam 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 bam.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you, Chani Maleki.
Community.
It's a real community, a lively community, a Hasidic community, a community that cares, that members cares about each other, and this is unique and beautiful.
What this shul has done for Crown Heights, Anshei Lubavitch, is amazing.
Crown Heights is a big place. It's not self-understood that somebody 30, 35 years old, 40 years old should be an important part of a community in a big city.
I know pretty much any time I can come to shul, I'll be able to find a shir going on, whether it's Chassidus, Rambam.
Learning Chassidus with a group of guys, it sets the mode of the day.
Can't think about Anshei Lubavitch without thinking about our wonderful rabbi.
Rabbi Gorelick approached me one day with an envelope thick, full of money, and he said, "Take it. It's anonymous. I have a donor. Take it."
The Gorelick has been this like energetic force that kind of like just pulls you in. I remember like my first time coming into shul, I was kind of like new here, and like, you know, I hear him screaming out, "Galperian!"
He encourages every area to grow, whether it's in the minyanim, in the shiurim, in women's program, in kids program. He doesn't stop pushing.
This shul is about raising Hasidic kids.
Well, my favorite shul to go to is Anshei Lubavitch. I'm involved in the kids program, and part of my job is taking care of the hot dogs. I think everyone should go to the shul. We'll enjoy the shul and have a great time here.
My favorite shul to go to is Anshei Poconos.
Very good. Okay, your second favorite shul?
My favorite shul to go to is Anshei Lubavitch.
Baruch Hashem, in this shul we have a tremendous amount of programs. Women's programs, they make Shabbatons, we have a Gamache, we have a preschool, we have a Sunday kollel, we have a mikveh, we have minyonim, we have a Rambam shir, we have a Chassidus shir, we have a Gamache shir, we have chavruses, we have mois chitim throughout the year, we have matanos levyenim, a whole program on Purim. We go to the Oyel, all the Yungalaitic together, go to the Oyel once a year. We had a beautiful trip to Rostov, etc., etc. Tremendous amount of programs.
Today there are new members, new families, and there is so much that this shul has to offer. And the need for a new building is tremendous.
It's something you have to support. It's not a question if I support it. You have to support this place.
A community like this is so important. This is the Crown Heights that I want to raise my children in.
It's kedai to support it. It's important to support it. It's a zchus to support it. It's a pleasure to support it.
It's a community. It's not just the shul.